Hello, my lovelies. Elsie here to do your sneak peek for the week. How are you? Welcome to the new week. I hope you're well. Thanks so much for clicking here. I appreciate you. So I come back here. Actually, I do this reading twice a week. Once for the singles and once for just the regular crew. Today is the regular crew. So thank you so much for clicking here. If it is your first time here, welcome. And if you are always here, clicking, viewing, subscribing, being in the comments, and all of that stuff, I really do appreciate you. So in this reading, I am going to read from Aries to Pisces. I'm going to mark everything down below in the description, so you can just scroll this video and find what it is that you need. Lately, these markers that I'm putting up just aren't loading the first time. So please be patient with me, and thank you for all of those that helped me in the comments with that. And we are going to read, as I said, from Aries to Pisces. We're going to get all of the signs in today, a couple minutes on each. And I'm just going to ask you to please stop watching tarot just for your sun sign. Look, natal charts are free everywhere. There's no reason why you shouldn't have all the information, the sun, the moon, and the rising, right? And if you are somebody who doesn't know your exact time of birth, it's okay. Just pick the AM or the PM. You'll find it out. All right, let's find out what is going on. Oh, by the way, if you are interested in a private reading, there is a private reading sale on, but only until the end of the month. What are we today? We are September 24th. So you've got about 6 days left till the end of the month if you want to get in on the private reading sale, up to $20 off of any of my reads. I've also opened the membership area. We are going to be starting a tarot course on the 1st of October. So if you're interested in joining us there for all of our shenanigans, we're already deep into the shenanigans over there. I hope to see you. All right. Let's find out what's going on for Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Tell me what's coming up this week. Sneak peek for this week. It is for the next 7 days, my friends, right? Tell me what's coming up for Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Aries, we're starting you off with the Seven of Wands. Interesting. Tell me why the Seven of Wands is here. We've got the Four of Cups. Ooh, somebody has been contemplating something. The Four of Cups for me is like spending time by yourself, getting settled within your energy, right? This is, fours are always about stability. So I feel like you're in this place where you're kind of confident in your emotional energy here, Aries. And I feel like you're doing good with these boundaries. You've got boundaries up here. We've got the Eight of Cups. And we have the King of Cups. Okay. Ooh, Three of Cups is on deck. Interesting. So I think, Aries, what is going on here this week for the next 7 days, it does feel like you're deep in your emotions here. We do have the King of Cups, we have the Eight of Cups, and the Four of Cups. I feel like somebody here is almost coming out of hiding after walking away from someone or something, or disconnecting emotionally. And I feel that was to get into your Seven of Wands power, because I do feel the Seven of Wands is a place of power. You're standing up for yourself there. You are raising boundaries, and you're guarding against anything that is not for you. I feel like somebody here has gone through a bunch of healing. That's what it feels like here, Aries. The King of Cups is somebody who is available, emotionally intelligent, somebody who's very protective and kind and very, very deep. And I feel like somebody here has either grown up or has more information about, after being in the Four of Cups here. It feels like the King of Cups has more information about how you can still keep your boundaries, but also still be the King of Cups. And the King of Cups, although doesn't really like to bring feelings to the surface, this is somebody who's incredibly deep. But listen, with all this water here, it's easy to get hurt, get your feelings hurt, have people hurt you, right? But I feel like the King of Cups energy with the Seven of Wands is telling me that you have realized that boundaries are the safest place. You can be who you are. You can be loving and kind and caring and deep and all of that, as long as you have boundaries in place. You let people wander about outside the boundaries here. So the Eight of Cups, I feel, I feel like with the Four of Cups, it tells me that you got your stability in your emotional self. And I think that detaching from your emotions, because the King of Cups will do that, will be detached in order to get what they need from a situation, right? They don't want to be provoked. They're not interested in arguing, but this is somebody who's intelligent and they're aware of other people's feelings. And so I feel like that once you finally walked out of this Four of Cups, we've got the Eight of Cups. It feels like you've realized that not every situation has to be emotional, Aries. So we've got the Seven of Wands, and I feel like this is an energy of either you putting up some boundaries or protecting yourself from those who would try and, I'm going to say, almost infiltrate your energy. I feel like you just want to keep your emotional energy clean. Tell me about the Seven of Wands. Got the Six of Swords. Yeah, I think you're done. I think you're done with people who would just try and play on your emotions, get you to do things for them. I feel like you're standing strong in this King of Cups energy this week. Got the Six of Wands. And we have the Nine of Pentacles. I feel like you're kind of letting go of the control of the situation, because when you're not emotionally intelligent and you aren't somebody who is in control of your emotions, you can be dragged anywhere, right? With your emotions, people can provoke you really easy. I feel like the Nine of Pentacles is telling me you're super confident in the attention that you're getting, but you're also keeping some people at bay, people who probably would try and take advantage of your kindness, because, you know, ultimately you are that. And I feel like with the Six of Swords, you're like, no, I'm just going to move on. If you can't meet the criteria, if you can't stay behind the boundaries, if you are a person who expects to be in my energy, for me to give you attention, or you to give me attention, I feel like it's got to be done in a very slow, dependable, pentacle type way. I also feel like somebody here is probably single. It won't be for all of you, of course, but somebody here is likely single, and I think that's why you've put up these boundaries here. Because I feel like you do get a lot of attention, because this is delicious energy, right? This is really delicious. Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer. But it's easy for someone to take advantage of another's feelings unless you have the right boundaries in place, Aries. We have the Wheel of Fortune, the Ten of Pentacles, and the Ten of Cups. Ten of Pentacles is in the reverse. So I want to say with the Wheel of Fortune that it's about high time. It's about damn time, as Liza would say, that you got this stuff together. It does feel like maybe you spent a time by yourself, with yourself, thinking about your feelings, wondering who you needed to disconnect from, who didn't deserve your energy. And I feel like the Wheel of Fortune is here to say things can now move. Changes are here. So we do have the Ten of Pentacles in the reverse, and I feel like with the Ten of Pentacles in the reverse and the Ten of Cups in the upright, that the Ten of Pentacles is telling me that you know that things are never perfect, right? You know that some things just don't work out. I feel like what's changing here is that I feel like you are dealing with the Ten of Pentacles in reverse with the Ten of Cups in the upright. So I feel like you realize that not everything's perfect, and sometimes, you know, families fail to support us, and sometimes jobs don't work out, and sometimes we don't get the raise or the promotion. But I feel that you know with the Ten of Cups that if you're happy anyway, it really doesn't matter. The Ten of Pentacles in the reverse, unless it's a financial impact on you, I feel doesn't really matter at this point. I feel like you're happy anyway, and I kind of love that. So the thing is, I feel like with the Ten of Pentacles in the reverse and the Ten of Cups in the upright is sort of telling us a story of not everything is perfect. Not everything is sunshine and rainbows. Even when you heal yourself to the point of the King of Cups, and you are emotionally intelligent and aware and kind and loving, that you still need the boundaries. So I feel like what has changed is your attitude. It feels like your emotional attitude is on point. And no matter what comes at you, Ten of Pentacles in the reverse, whatever that is to you, it's an impact in some sort of abundance. So it could be money, it could be family, it could be a long-term relationship. I feel like you're happy anyway. Oh yeah, I'm listening in my head. Taylor Swift is singing, I did it with a broken heart. I think that the Ten of Pentacles might represent a relationship, possibly. I act like it's my birthday every day. Oh, I'm depressed, but I act like it's my birthday every day. Like, that's sort of the energy that I'm getting here. That maybe you know that things aren't like the best. They aren't perfect. You didn't get the job. You didn't get the whatever the Ten of Pentacles in the reverse is. Maybe you're having a hard time with the family. But I feel like you understand that you can do it with a broken heart. But I think that something is changing here. But I think that the Wheel of Fortune is here because I feel like you yourself are changing, Aries. Tell me what the outcome is here. We do have the Seven of Swords. We have the Three of Pentacles. Yeah, we do have the Knight of Cups. You know what I think you're doing? I think you're keeping people behind the boundaries that are people that you can't trust. The Knight of Cups, who is the prince in this deck, the Knight of Cups is here, and the Three of Pentacles. To me, that represents it represents to me that now you realize that you can put your emotions on display, and you'll be able, with this becoming the King of Cups, your psychic energy is in place as well. You can detect bullshit from a mile away. I feel like that you are putting people behind the boundaries that you don't necessarily trust. So whether those are friends, community members, people that you work with, people who have an attraction for you, or people who have emotional energy for you here, I feel like these boundaries are going to become very, very valuable. I think that's the really big change that is coming with the Wheel of Fortune. It's about damn time that you put a barrier between you and the people who would take advantage of you. Because this can be quite a vulnerable place to be. Even though this person is stoic on the surface and doesn't necessarily show all their feelings on the surface, it doesn't mean it's not tumultuous underneath. It's like a duck on a pond, right? You can see the duck just floating along, but the feet are going like crazy. It doesn't necessarily mean that you can't be hurt by the things people do or say. And so I feel like you've made a change here, and you realize that things can go wrong, but you know what? I'm just going to face it with this. I'm still going to be happy regardless of the things that are going on around me. I think that's a great attitude, Aries. All right, tell me what's coming up next for Aries. The Tower, Queen of Wands, and the Fool. What's going on here, Aries? You know what? I think that you are probably doing this intuitively, repairing the self, taking care of your emotions, making sure that everything is in place, because I feel like there's something big that's coming up here, Aries. We do have the Tower, the Queen of Wands, and the Fool. It seems to me that you'll probably be meeting someone, and it does feel like someone who's new, Aries. So if you're somebody who is looking for a new connection, the Tower is showing up with the Queen of Wands. I feel like you're about to, something is about to change, and I think that you're about to meet somebody who is an Aries, a Sagittarius, or a Leo. That could be your energy, of course. I feel like you could either be experiencing a Tower that brings you to some sort of new beginning because all of this change is here, and you've kind of grown up in your emotional energy. It could be that, but for some of you, I feel like this Queen of Wands, if they are, whether they are feminine or masculine, I feel like this is a brand new person that's coming in, and it's going to change everything. We do have the Knight of Swords. It's coming in quicker than you realize. So I feel like there is a new path coming up for you here, and you're going to have to choose whether you want to take a leap of faith or not, or let somebody into the boundary. We've got Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer, Aries, Sagittarius, Leo, Scorpio, Taurus, Aquarius, Leo, Sagittarius. We've got Libra, Gemini, Aquarius energy. Yeah, I did already say Aries, Sagittarius, and Leo. All right. Tell me about Taurus. Taurus, for the next 7 days, please. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Tell me about Taurus. Taurus, if you're interested in a private read, the sale is on for only 6 more days, up to $20 off of my readings. And if you're interested in the membership area, please look below in the pinned comment. Tell me about Taurus. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. What's coming up in the next 7 days? Sneak peek for this week. For Taurus, we do have the Four of Wands. Sorry, the Four of Swords. We do have the Lover's card. We have the World card in the reverse. Taurus, is there some unfinished business between you and someone else that you've not been talking with? That's what it feels like here. There is a deep connection here that you have with somebody who I feel that you've had intermittent communication with, or none at all. I feel it's because you don't know what to say, or it feels like you don't know what to say. It feels like with the Three of Swords hanging over this person here, that they are trying to heal themselves from some sort of hurt or some sort of disappointment or heartbreak. But we do have one sword that's across the bottom, and that's the challenge. The challenge is we haven't spoken to each other about anything yet. And with the World card in the reverse, it tells me you've left a door open here for some reason. You have not closed this chapter. The chapter, it's not over for you, Taurus. It's not over for you and somebody else that you have a really deep connection to. They could be a Scorpio, Taurus, Aquarius, Leo. They could be a Gemini, possibly. We do have the King of Pentacles. Could be Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, but that, of course, could be your energy as well. So, Taurus, I think it's you that's got your foot in the door here. I think that you've got your foot in the door, that you're not willing to close some sort of a chapter, whether it's a chapter with a friend, maybe it's a job you need to leave and you haven't left there, but it feels like it's a choice that you have to make. It's a choice that you need to make to close this door. And that's only really if it's bothering you, but I feel like this open door, it's almost like you're leaving, how can I say, you're leaving clues for somebody to find you, and And I feel like it's the King of Pentacles energy is like, I feel like you've changed a lot, Taurus, that you've grown up or become really successful, or you've had some sort of glow up. It feels like you're doing really well in your life, that that you have a lot of abundance around you. You're very stable now. And it feels like you are in this place of being the king, whether you're feminine or masculine, right? This is masculine leaning energy, but also feminine energy. So I feel like you're in a place where you are really doing well for yourself, but it almost feels like you've left this door open on purpose, because you're hoping that this person who you haven't spoken with, maybe intermittent, no communication, this is also healing. I think you're healing from a connection here. We do have the Lovers, and so there is a very deep connection, or possibly a Gemini. Tell me about the Four of Swords, please. You're getting stability of the mind here. I feel like you've been healing. Maybe you've been doing psychology, psychiatry. It feels like you've been, it could also just be journaling. It could be prayer, meditation. We've got the Nine of Cups in the reverse. It's a think tank here. I think you're thinking about some things. Got the King of Swords. Nine of Cups is in the reverse. We've got the King of Swords in the upright, and then we have the Three of Pentacles. Taurus, I think with the King of Swords energy, I feel like I think you've healed from a situation that you've been waiting on. It almost feels like, no, I don't think you're waiting on it, Taurus, but I feel like there is a situation that's unresolved for you. And I think it's really been irking you or bugging you that somebody here has not been following the clues that you left for them to find you and resolve things. I want to say that you're not going back there. You're not going back to the past. You're not going to chase them. But if they want to come forward and find you, they're going to find a brand new Taurus, somebody who's grown up, somebody who is doing really well for themselves, who is stable, who is grounded. And it's not like you weren't all those things before, but understand that the King of Pentacles is like the place where that is the place that's your goal, right? Your goal is to be all of these things here. I think with the King of Swords here that it does feel like you made some sort of decision that was best for everyone involved, that there's a truth and an honesty. It feels like you've come to a realization in this healing energy here that maybe it is time to close the door. It does feel like the King of Swords is looking at all of the facts, has the clarity, being honest with myself. I feel like it's almost like whatever you do for a living is on display. Other people could be watching you. But the Three of Pentacles to me is also it's also a workplace or a community, because, I mean, you could be working in front of other people, right? We do have the King of Swords. There is some sort of clarity that's going to be coming to you, Taurus, about a friend, about a colleague. I feel like there is some sort of truth that is coming here. You're going to find out that somebody, the reason that they're not finding you is because they're not happy wherever they are. Somebody is not happy here, and that's why there's no communication. I don't think it has as much to do with you as you think it does. I don't think it has anything to do with you. I think that you're still connected energetically to this person, but I feel like this person is not happy, and I feel like that's why they don't communicate with you. So I don't know if that means in a relationship or in their job, but it feels like there is a boundary here that shouldn't be crossed. I do feel like this person you have unfinished business with, it's because we had an argument. 5 and 1 sword in the hand of the king is 4 and 1 in the hand of the king is 5. And that is, that's conflict, a disagreement here. The King of Swords can also be a boss. So the boss could be watching you and being ready to make some sort of decision. For those of you who are looking at this as something that might be related to work, somebody is about to say something, though. That's what it feels like here. We've got the Four of Pentacles, somebody who's sort of shut off, shut down. Oh, there we go. Okay, the Four of Cups is here. We've got 5 Cups. Somebody is holding on to regret here. Holding on to regret that they didn't get on the path with you when you offered it to them. I feel like you did way back there probably offer a cup to somebody here, and I feel like they ignored it or nothing to you. And I feel like the cup here is available, and I feel like somebody here has got 4 cups and 1 is 5. It does feel like somebody here is holding on tightly to regret. I don't think it's you. I think it's the King of Swords. I think the King of Swords is probably viewing you. If you have a platform somewhere, you work somewhere where it's easy access for people to come see you, like a public place, like a coffee shop or a grocery store, or a place where somebody walks in to get advice, maybe a tax preparer or something. It almost feels like somebody is able to view you in whatever it is that you do for a living. They're watching you work, Taurus. And I feel like somebody's still holding on to the regret that they didn't take the cup that you offered them, because I feel like they're unhappy wherever it is that they are. So we do have the Hermit energy here. I really do feel that somebody has been thinking about you a lot. I feel that you taught them a lesson, Taurus, that this person is gaining wisdom because of something that they did. Not that you did to them, but something that they did that I feel is like put them in some sort of deep regret, but also into some sort of deep healing cycle here. You can see that the Hermit, it has the light out over Taurus's head here. It's like somebody's trying to understand. Tell me about the Hermit here. Somebody's looking to try and understand something. It does feel like somebody wants to begin something brand new here. Something is about to change, and I feel like somebody who is in a relationship, it feels like something's about to change here. I think there's somebody here who's in a relationship, Taurus, and I think that they look in on you once in a while to see what's going on with you, because they're still holding on to regret from you, from them not taking the offer that you gave them way back there. I feel like the Wheel of Fortune is telling me that everything's about to change with the Four of Wands, and that the Page of Pentacles is here to say there might be some sort of a message coming in the 3D to your home that's going to change everything. Because somebody here, I feel, has been watching you from the dark corners, from the silence. Tell me what the outcome is for Taurus. We do have the Queen of Swords. Someone's going to liberate the situation. We have the Queen of Pentacles, and we have the Three of Swords. Yeah. It does feel like two people are coming face to face here. So somebody here has decided that they're going to liberate the situation. I feel like you're going to get communication. Someone's watching you grow, watching you glow up. You've left the door open. There still is some sort of an emotional connection here. It feels sort of like a past life thing, or somebody that you just you come to the realization and the solid understanding that this is something that is never going to go away, but you've put it in the background and you just carry on with life, doing everything that's really good for you here. We do have the Queen of Swords and the King of Swords. We also have the Queen of Pentacles and the King of Pentacles. I feel like this person is your match, but I feel like they're otherwise occupied in something else. I feel like everything's about to change in that situation, and that's why I think somebody's about to come through the door. Tell me what, somebody's about to come through the door you left open here. Tell me what's coming next for Taurus. We have the King of Cups. We have the 10 of Wands and the 9 of Wands. Yeah. This person here, I feel, is somebody who has also grown, Taurus. It feels like two people needed to be apart from each other so growth could take place. And I feel like the King of Cups is really carrying a heavy burden here. I feel like this person is watching you. That's what it feels like. It's been exhaustive to watch you. It's time for them to put down their burdens. I feel like you're going to get communication here. Look, now we have the King and Queen of Cups. So all we're missing are the fire signs, right? We're missing the King and the Queen of Fire. So I feel like nobody's taking action. We're watching each other, like somebody's watching you from a distance. I don't think you're watching them. I think your back is turned to the door that you left open. You're like, yeah, if they find their way through, they find their way through. So I feel like there is a really super deep connection here, that even though you've been apart from this person with the Queen and King of Cups, with the Lovers here, there is a super deep connection here. But I think that somebody's going to be coming forward because they can no longer handle holding this burden of broken heart energy here. It does feel like someone's about to liberate the situation so they can bring it back into stabilization. So I feel like you might be hearing from someone there. I feel as I throw these cards here that they are about to make a decision. Yep, because you are the soulmate. Look, there's every indication here that you are a soulmate. Look, something's over. Like I said here, there's been a change in the stability of this person's life, and they want you to know about it. We've got the 10 of Cups in the reverse here. Right. We've got Scorpio, Taurus, Aquarius, Leo, Sagittarius energy. We've got Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer, Virgo, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Scorpio, Taurus, Aquarius, Leo, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. More Gemini, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. All right, Taurus. You might get some communication this week. Tell me about Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Tell me about Gemini for the next 7 days, please. A sneak peek for this week. Gemini, 6 more days left if you want to get in on the sale for private reads. Please look at the pinned comment down below. There's also the information if you want to join us in the membership area. Tell me about Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter, please. Tell me about Gemini. What's coming up in the next 7 days for Gemini? We have the 5 of Swords, the King of Cups. We have the Moon energy and the 6 of Swords. There is going to be some sort of really rough and tumble communication this week for you, Gemini. The 5 of Swords, and it's like the 5 of Swords, of course, is like we can't come to an agreement here. We don't agree on the same things. We have very different points of view as it pertains to our feelings, our emotions. It's like one of you is able to bring your emotions up and speak about them, and the other person has them under the surface. The Moon energy is here. It feels like here that there was some sort of a communication that was made of conflict or a battle, or maybe it was a fundamental difference. There's something we can't agree on. It feels like there's somebody here who I think keeps their feelings under the surface, and it might irritate you just a little bit, Gemini, when you speak with this person, that they are cool as a cucumber on the surface. And I feel like it kind of irritates you. You don't know what to expect from them. They're really hard to read, as the King of Cups is, right? Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer, but this is Scorpio energy. Scorpio keeps everything below the surface. And although they are very strategic and they move slow, and this person, I feel, has their feelings under control. They're not going to have some sort of an outburst of emotion. But it's almost like, Gemini, that sometimes you use your words to try and provoke emotion from this person because they're emotionless sometimes. You never know what to expect from them. I feel like you're considering just maybe leaving it and moving here. I want to say that not being able to sort of hack the King of Cups, their energy, I feel like it puts you in a place of, I don't know if I can be like this. I don't know if I can live like this with this person. This person could be a father. I always see the King and the Queen of Cups as mom and dad. This could be a father that you're dealing with. It doesn't have to be someone that you're emotionally connected to, but it could be, because the King of Cups, of course, is that. All right, tell me about the 5 of Swords. What went down here? So I feel like there's some sort of argument that's coming up. It's like we can't reach a resolution, and I don't know if I want to fight about it anymore. I may just want to walk away. I don't think I want to talk about this anymore. Like, the most healing thing that you might do for yourself is leaving. Tell me about the 5 of Swords. We do have the Ace of Cups. We have the Queen of Swords. Yeah. I feel like you're going to be liberating yourself from this situation here, my friend. It does feel like with the Ace of Wands that you're really thinking about going on some sort of a different path, and I think that you've been thinking about it for a while. I think you need to release something, because the person on the 3 of Wands is releasing the bird. This person's made a decision. You know, I've been waiting here, waiting for this person to speak with me, waiting for a better answer than what I got with the 5 of Swords. It feels like with the Ace of Wands that there is some sort of really, excuse me, really blessed, exciting path. A new path is here. And I feel like you think, as you're looking at it, that it's going to give you stability. I feel like you're about to change something. We've got a butterfly at the top of that sword. I think whatever you're about to say in this argument is going to change everything. That's transformation. And I feel like whatever you say, you might be telling the King of Cups, look, if you can't show me your emotions on the surface, then I'm out. It feels like you're about to liberate yourself from a situation because you don't want to fight about it anymore. I feel like you think that this person might be someone who isn't necessarily honest with you, but I feel like sometimes the King of Cups gets a bad rap for that because they're very stoic on the surface and they're not a person who wants to show off their feelings. So you don't know what to think about them. With the Moon energy, they confuse you, right? Because the Moon energy is things are not as they seem. And so you're like, I think that we have these differences that maybe we can't fix because the King of Cups won't show me their feelings. This person won't show me how they feel about the situation. I think what you want is for someone to tell you not to go, Gemini. And I feel like this person is like, look, you know, it is what it is. If you feel like you need to leave, you need to leave. We do have the 9 of Wands. You two have faced a lot of adversity together. And I feel like it's almost like you're soldiers together. Like you've joined or band yourself together in to protect each other from whatever hardships that have come to you. So I think that you two have been through a lot of tumultuous things. And that might be why you don't want it to end, because you've been through so much up to here. We have the Queen of Wands. Somebody here needs to make a decision. It feels like the Queen of Wands is here saying this is over. Somebody who wants to be now independent. The Queen of Wands is independent, does things by her or himself, right? Feminine or masculine energy with the Queen of Wands. Don't get confused because there's a woman on the card. This person is the one with the tenacity. I feel like somebody here is looking, like surveying the situation. I've got 9 wands, 1 in the hand of the Queen is 10. I feel like this has become too burdensome for you. And I feel like the one ace you're holding is the one that's here. It feels like you're about to make a decision to end something. I think that you've been holding off ending something because you know it's going to be painful, because the 10 of Swords is painful. Something is going to be completely done here. When you make a decision, I don't think you're going back. I'm just going to say. Tell me about this Queen of Wands. We've got the King of Pentacles. I think that you feel that the only way that you can get any sort of stability, get any ground, maybe get stable by yourself, is if you leave this situation where you feel like you can't win. Like you feel like it's like whenever we enter a hard conversation, there's no way I can win. Tell me what the outcome is here. We have the Knight of Swords. We have the 2 of Pentacles. And we have the 7 of Swords in the reverse. Wow. Yeah. Look at this Knight of Swords here. It's the after tarot. Look at that. It feels like somebody is about to just go off. Just about to blurt it out. Look, I'm not doing this anymore with you. Like it feels like, Gemini, that you can no longer hold it back. It feels like there's a decision that's being made because I feel some sort of a secret or something has come to the surface. It feels like there is some sort of a secret and you're trying to ask about it. And I feel like the King of Cups is playing covert, playing under the surface, not showing you how they feel about the situation. Tell me about the 7 of Swords. What is this information that's come out? You need to make a decision, and I think you're going to make it fast. Might be even be in the next 7 days. So I feel like the thing that is coming out here, that maybe this person isn't showing you their feelings because they no longer have them. It feels like with the World card and the Ace of Swords that we're no longer talking about this. I think we're just going to close the door and be done with it. It does feel like somebody here is probably going to end a relationship because the 6 of Pentacles is in the reverse. I've given enough. It's time for you to give back to me. And if you can't give back to me, I'm in the boat with the swords and I'm out. Tell me what comes next here for Gemini. We got the Strength card, the Lovers. You know, the thing is there is a very deep connection between you and somebody else here. And I feel like you've been waiting and watching. I feel like you've been very observant of this person and their movements. I feel like you've been holding back or trying to find the courage to keep moving or move on or leave this relationship, this situation. This could be a friendship, could be a member of the family I'm talking about, could be a love relationship. But it feels like there is more out there for you to learn. And I feel that you are going to be far more stable in your energy if you become independent after ending something here with somebody. We've got the 10 of Cups. I feel like you're in a relationship that you're ending. It could be a member of the family as well, that you've decided that this person is not someone who's ever going to give me what I need in terms of emotion. So it's time for me to go. It could be your father. Could be your mother. Take it as it resonates for you. We've got Aquarius, we've got Gemini, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Aries, Sagittarius, Leo, Scorpio, Taurus, Aquarius, and Leo. We've got fire energy, Aries, Sagittarius, Leo here. We've got the Queen of Swords, Libra, Gemini, and Aquarius, Scorpio, Pisces, and Cancer. All right, Cancer. Speaking of Cancer, let's find out what's going on for you, Cancer, the next 7 days. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Cancer, if you are interested in the next 6 days, there is a sale on up to $20 off my private reads, but only for 6 more days if you're interested in getting in on that. Please look in the pinned comment for all the information. Also, I've opened the membership area, so if you're interested in that link is there as well. All right, here we go. Tell me about the next 7 days. We've got the Hierophant. We've got the 9 of Cups. You look pretty solid to me, Cancer. You know what? I think you're a little happier than you've been lately. I feel like your readings have been full of contemplation, making, trying to find your happiness. I feel that you've realized that your happiness is giving up things that no longer serve you here. I feel like you've had some sort of a major ending in your life, and it might have been an important commitment, relationship. It feels like that. The 8 of Swords is in the reverse. I feel like you're finally unstuck. I kind of like that. It's like now you're letting all of it die. It does feel like this relationship is already over if it is a commitment that you had with somebody else. But it does feel like, I feel like you found solace in religion or the higher self, or in spiritual teachings of some sort. I feel like that's where you have found your solace. That's where you're building your stability, like you're building upon the rock and not upon the sand. It feels like somebody here is now standing strong. I feel like you are the Hierophant, and it feels like you now are starting to realize it for some of you, if it's not a relationship we're talking about. I really do feel that this new path, whatever it is, whether this is a new path that you have realized that you need to be on, which is by yourself, doing the right thing, leading people if they want to follow, I feel it's making you far happier than you've ever been. For some of you who are looking at this as a relationship being over, I feel like it is over, whether you're still in that relationship or not, but it does feel like there was a long time here where you couldn't let it go in your head. I feel like you're finally releasing yourself from some sort of a mental prison where you felt like you could not release yourself. The 9 of Cups tells me whatever you're doing in terms of this Hierophant energy, it feels like you've learned a lesson. When the Hierophant shows up, it feels like you've learned a lesson from a really tough ending that you had here. Something ended and it was terrible for you, whether you ended it or they did, but it feels like you have learned some sort of a lesson and you've finally gotten out of your head here. We have the Sun, we have the Strength card, and the 4 of Cups. I feel like you left a relationship. I feel like you decided this is not for me. So we have the 4 of Cups, which is, to me, I'm looking at it as rejection. Somebody's offering a cup and the other person's not paying attention at all. So I feel like somebody wanted you to stay. I feel like it was happy for a time, but I feel like you learned a lesson here. Look, the sun is out and it's shining on the Hierophant. It really does feel like you found the courage to leave a relationship or a commitment that I feel just wasn't for you. It's the only way that you could be happy. It's the only way that you could feel happy. We got the 9 of Cups here, which is wish fulfillment. And I feel like although the ending was really hard, I feel like the lesson is you can be happy by yourself, but you got to get out of your head here, Cancer. And I think you are. I think this week, the next 7 days, that you are looking at things under the sun. I feel like you're realizing your growth, that this ending came for a reason, because I think it was a lesson, because the teacher has appeared, right? When the student is ready, the teacher appears. And I feel like there's a lesson to be had here. And I always say that if there's, if you're going through a struggle or if you are suffering, the only way to get out of the suffering is to be looking at it in a logical way. What is the lesson I was supposed to learn from this? And so I feel like the lesson you were supposed to learn is I can't be stuck in a place and bite my tongue. I got to be courageous and go. I feel like the sun is here because it's shining on the lesson that you learned here. Tell me more about Cancer. Got the Queen of Wands, got the 2 of Wands, and the Ace of Pentacles. You're on your way, my friend. I really do feel like you had to... Yet you had some sort of a realization here that you weren't in the right place. It was a place where I feel somebody was offering you a cup, but I think that you realize that whatever they were offering is not something that you wanted, that you're better as a lone wolf. It feels like somebody here with the Queen of Wands, whether you're feminine or masculine, I feel like you work better when you're independent, doing your own thing. It does feel like you are waiting for a blessing from the universe. We've got 2 wands, and 1 in the Queen's hand is 3. I feel like you will get it. She is painting a salamander, and the salamander is a protection from the universe. I feel like you are protected on whatever the next part of the path is for you. I feel like you're preparing to go on some sort of a journey or an adventure here. It doesn't have to mean it's taking you anywhere, but I feel like you're on a new path, I want to say. Something that I feel is going to work out really well for you, because the Ace of Pentacles is here. This is a path in the Pentacle world. This is in your 3D world. Something is about to begin brand new. You're about to be given an offering from the universe that says, look, all you got to do is have a lot of chutzpah. You just got to keep moving, right? And you can have whatever it is that you want. We do have the Queen of Pentacles. You're being given this pentacle because it's time for you to grow. I feel like you're growing from the Ace of Pentacles to the Queen of Pentacles, and I feel like it's going to be pretty quick because you're tenacious. Cancer, you're tenacious. This could be maybe you're opening a business. You're beginning something new in the Pentacle world. Could be maybe that you are going to be, or you have started a new job or a new business. But I feel like this is the only way from here is up. That's what it feels like here. I feel like it was really hard, though, for you to learn this lesson, that I feel like whatever relationship you were in, whether it was a friendship or maybe it was a job, take it as it resonates for you. I feel like the sun coming out was a breakthrough for you, that you had to be courageous enough to say no more. I can't do this. That was the lesson you were supposed to learn, is that you don't have to stay around if you're not happy there. We've got the 9 of Wands, we've got the 9 of Swords, and the 10 of Cups. There it is. Yeah, I feel like you became exhausted and worried about a relationship that you were in. And I feel like you were, I feel like it was happy for a time. Like we've got 3 cups around this person, but they've got their back to the 3 cups. And so this person someone is offering them a cup, and they're like, no, I don't think I can do this anymore. So I think that the 9 of Swords is you probably stayed in these 9s for a while. And it could be that this week could be the week that some of you are ending a relationship, but I feel like it's already ended, and I feel like you're kind of on your way this week to repairing the self, working on your 3D world, because there's a new beginning here. So you may have left a relationship or a commitment. Could be a marriage. It doesn't have to be, but it was a committed something. You committed to someone, and, to the exclusion of everyone else. But I feel like you are going to have some sort of a new beginning. I just feel like it wasn't for you. I feel like it exhausted you. It worried you. And it just wasn't for you. I think it was happy for a time, but it just wasn't for you here, Cancer. We've got the 2 of Pentacles. We've got the 9 of Pentacles, and we've got Justice. You had to make a decision that was best for you and your life. Yeah, the 2 of Pentacles is the decision. Should I, shouldn't I? Should I, shouldn't I? And I feel like you were the one who was doing all the juggling in the relationship. So you might be the one who was juggling all the finances. Maybe you were the only person who was employed. It could be that. The 9 of Pentacles, though, tells me that you finally stabilized yourself, and you're like, you know what? I've got to have my justice. I've got to go. I've got to bring things back into balance. And the only way I'm going to do that is if I go. Yeah. Feels like it was time for you to go. And I feel like you waited for a while. You might have waited once you made the decision that you were going to go, you may have waited months before you made the decision to actually step away. Yeah, I feel like you were manifesting something different than what someone was giving you. I feel like you felt inspired by the universe. You're like, I've got all these tools. I can use them if I want. I think that you felt inspired, but I feel like you waited for a while because the passive night is here, and we got the 7 of Pentacles. You did wait for a long while before you told this person. I almost think that you stayed too long. Cancer, my opinion of the Cancer energy as an energy reader is that you're more like a Taurus. You're like the Taurus of the water signs, and so it's loyalty for you. And so I feel that although that you love family, that it was a loyalty thing for you. I think somebody here wasn't very loyal to you. So I feel like you decided it's time to manifest to go. So we do have Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Aries, Sagittarius, Leo, and Libra. We have more Leo energy here, and we've got some Taurus energy. All right, tell me about Leo. Tell me about Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Leo, if you're interested in joining the membership area or taking advantage of the sale that's on private reads for the next 6 days, please look in the pinned comment. Tell me about Leo. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. What's coming up in the next 7 days? Sneak peek for this week for Leo. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Ooh, what's this? What's this? We've got Justice here. The Four of Swords is in the reverse. The Eight of Pentacles is here. And the Two of Cups. You know what I think? It feels like here that somebody here does want their justice with another person that they have big feelings for. I feel like you're ready to work on something or work on it really hard. I feel like you've been working on yourself, Leo. I feel like you've been very focused in your 3D world, working hard, maybe at work. But this could be somebody that is in your workplace that you have some feelings for here. The Four of Swords in the reverse tells me that you're working on what to say. You don't really know what to say to this person, but you know that what you need is to make things right. The Knight of Swords is in the reverse here, and so it tells me that you're taking your time thinking about what it is that you're going to say. Tell me about the tell me about Libra, please. Tell me about the Justice card. You know what, for some of you, if you're looking at this in terms of work, I feel like you're about to get justice in something at work. Like, I feel like somebody's watching you work really hard, loves what you do, that there's a promotion on the way or some sort of a raise or something like that. The Eight of Pentacles can be the workplace as well. You're about to get justice in the workplace if this is you. If you're somebody who's like got a master's or a bachelor, you're a subject matter expert on something. I feel like somebody is about to make something right with you. And I feel like this person, although they've been silent with you in the past, that they're ready to say something now. Tell me about Libra. Why is Justice here, please? We have the Knight of Pentacles in the reverse. The King of Cups is here, and we have the Seven of Pentacles. Something here is something that you've been putting a lot of hard work into here. We do have the Three of Pentacles. It does feel like your work is on display. It does feel like somebody's been watching you work, possibly, if this is a work reading for some of you. The Knight of Pentacles in the reverse tells me that things have been stagnant or stalled, or somebody's not putting much effort into something. It feels like there is, the King of Cups could be a person who's been very stoic on the surface. It's like they're not showing you how they feel about what you're doing here in the workplace, but they do notice that you work really hard, that you're willing to stay, you're willing to get stable, you're willing to nurture the workplace, the place that you are. You're really doing well with growing within the workplace. If you are looking at this as a romantic reading here, if this is a relationship thing here for you, I feel like you're about to make something right with somebody. It feels like with the Libra energy or the Justice energy here, that it feels like there is maybe for some of you it could be a workmate, right? We could be looking at, with the Eight of Pentacles and the Two of Cups, that it could be somebody that you have your eye on in the workplace. I feel like you're about to tell them. You're about to do something, flirt with them, say something. It feels like you're working really hard on what to say to this person in order to capture their attention in the most appropriate way if it is in the workplace. Somebody's really working hard on what the next thing is. What do I say? But I need justice. I need to make things right. And for some of you, this person could be in the workplace. They don't have to be. It doesn't have to be at all. Tell me more about the Justice card, please. Justice is coming to you really slowly here. Yeah, for some of you, if this is a work reading here, the boss has got their eye on you. I'm telling you that somebody is watching you. So whether it's in the workplace or maybe you work from home and they're watching you from home, they're really, they see that you're a team player. They see that you're somebody who really loves what you do, that you're very intricate and patient and practical and solid. Somebody's about to give you reciprocity if you're in the workplace. It feels like it's almost like you work to a point of exhaustion here with the Nine of Wands, and this person sees it. They see that you are a person who really loves what they do, and you're not looking for kudos, but I feel like you're about to be noticed by the Emperor, somebody who has a lot of power, influence, and somebody who makes a lot of really big decisions. I feel like this person is about to approach you personally. Like if this is your vice president, this person's, you've got their attention, I'm going to say, and they're about to give you some sort of reciprocity. It's like you've been working tirelessly, feeling exhausted, feeling like nobody's noticing what I'm doing. You are going to get noticed in the next 7 days. If this is a love reading, I feel like somebody here is about to take the first step toward telling another person that they have some sort of feelings for them, whether it's in or out of the workplace. We do have the Emperor, and that's the one who takes charge of the situation, who's also the masculine leaning energy, but has feminine energy as well. This Emperor is the one who will pursue. But listen, the Emperor doesn't come in and say anything or do anything unless they know they're going to win. So I feel like you might be the person who's the Emperor. You could be taking control, or someone else might be. But it does feel like you're the one that's taking control, because I feel like it's you that has the feelings here, Leo. We've got the Two of Pentacles. So you're in this moment, as I drop these cards, I feel like you have not made the decision yet as to how you're going to approach this person. I feel like you think it will work. I feel like you're ready to work really hard on a love relationship, but you're trying to make a decision, because I feel like you're the wounded warrior. I feel like you're somebody who's been hurt over and over and over again. I think you're going to offer somebody some reciprocity in the Pentacle world. So I feel like you're going to ask somebody out, or can we get together? It feels like you're ready to give somebody whatever they're willing to give to you, but nothing more here. But I think that if it's going to work at all, and the Emperor gets justice, I feel like you're going to have to be the one who stands up, whether you're feminine or masculine, because the Emperor is here. Tell me what the outcome is here for Leo. We have the Ten of Wands, we have the Five of Pentacles, and the Page of Wands. So you go from a place where you're kind of disconnected from this person. I don't think they're expecting you to say anything to them, Leo. So I feel like the Ten of Wands is telling me that you're dropping some burdens. You no longer want to be disconnected from this person. Page of Wands tells me you're either going to reach out to them in the next 7 days, or it's time for you to get on a different path, a more exciting path. I think you're about to take a really small leap of faith, and that is reaching out to someone and reconnecting, because the Four of Swords is in the reverse. If you're the person that I'm talking about with the work thing, I think that you think that you're on this path alone, that you're on this path alone and you're working really hard and nobody's noticing, because the Five of Pentacles is here. But I feel like those burdens are about to be dropped for you in the next 7 days, when this superior person comes here, this supervisor, manager, vice president, whoever it is. They're a pretty important person. So what's coming next is Temperance. We've got Judgment in the reverse, and we have the Seven of Swords. I feel that you are somebody who is misjudged a lot. I want to say misjudged in love. I feel like you're probably a Leo with maybe a Scorpio rising, somebody who's a real go-getter. Like, you're very passionate about what you do, but it also feels like it feels like you leave people feeling like you don't have any feelings about them, because the King of Cups is somebody who's quite stoic. Now, I feel like this person is somebody who doesn't really show their feelings on the surface, and you might be in this situation where somebody here doesn't feel like you like them at all because you haven't shown your feelings on the surface. This is the Judgment in the reverse, which tells me you may be misjudged, that the Seven of Swords is here, that maybe they feel like you play under the surface, or you're covert, and they're not really dealing with that. I feel like there is a moment of alchemy here. I feel like you've already been getting signs and symbols, synchronicities, that it is time to do something to prove that somebody has misjudged you. It feels like somebody feels like you don't have any feelings for them, because the Knight of Pentacles is in the reverse, which is somebody who's not putting any energy in, not doing anything. It's kind of stopped. It's not moving at all. And then the King of Cups is here. So it does feel like it feels like you're about to come out from under the Seven of Swords here. The Seven of Cups is here. I feel like you're about to make a decision. Maybe it's overwhelmingly emotional. That's why you keep your feelings under the surface, because I feel like once you pop the cork on the emotions, everything flows. And I don't think that you want somebody to see you like that. So I feel like that you get a bad rap, because I feel like people think that you're unfeeling or unkind, and you're not. You actually just keep it really below the surface. I feel like you're about to reconnect with somebody here. We do have the 10 Pentacles. Somebody who you see as very abundant. I feel like you are possibly somebody who has, maybe you have an ex, but it feels like that you're about to meet somebody either new, or this is a person you already know that you're about to connect with and maybe move forward with, right, in a long-term situation. We do have Virgo and Pisces energy, Sagittarius. We have Aries. We have Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer energy here. And we do have Libra as well. All right. Let's talk about Virgo. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Virgo for the next 7 days. Sneak peek for this week for Virgo. Tell me about Virgo. Virgo, if you're interested in getting in on the private read sale, it's only on for the next 6 days. Everything you need is in the pinned comment below. Also, if you want to join us in the membership area, that information is there as well. Tell me about Virgo. What's coming up this week, the next 7 days for Virgo? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. All right. We have the Six of Swords. We have the Nine of Cups. Oh, there's 2 cards there. We have the Six of Cups. We have the Hanged Man. There is movement here. I want to say, Virgo, there is movement. I think that you are slowly but surely traveling toward your wish fulfillment. I feel like you already know who this person is that I'm speaking about. They could be a Pisces. A Pisces or a Scorpio possibly. We do have air energy here as well, so it could be Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. I feel like you've gotten some sort of perspective here. It does feel like you're ready to change your mind, or you're ready to move forward now because you've got a perspective about what a soulmate is. You maybe are a person who feels very connected to another, but you couldn't put a label on it, or you didn't want to, or you heard people talking about soulmates and happiness through being connected to somebody, but I don't think that you really believed it until now, because now you have perspective on it. It feels like you've been thinking it over, thinking about it. There's somebody here that I feel that you have history with, or maybe it's nostalgic memories, right? We do have the Six of Swords here. Could be nostalgic thoughts. Somebody is moving on from these nostalgic thoughts because of a different perspective. It does feel like there is movement here. Movement in the mind, I'm going to say, that maybe you had been stuck for a while. I don't think that you're stuck anymore. Or at least you won't be in the next 7 days. It feels like you're going to be making some clear decisions here. Tell me about the Six of Swords. We have the Knight of Wands. We have the King of Swords. Interesting. And the Five of Pentacles. This is one of those situations that feels like somebody who is very connected to someone, sees them as their wish fulfillment, but it feels like it's time to move on because there is no trust here. Somebody here, I feel, fell in love with someone through fire. So there was a lot of chemistry, but no compatibility. Those two things are very different, Virgo, right? We do have the Six of Swords, and the King of Swords is holding the Sword of Truth. It feels like there is somebody here with the Seven Swords that you couldn't trust. Somebody didn't bring you in on their plans. I feel like this might be somebody who doesn't give you much stability of the mind. It's like they weren't willing to put a label on it, or they're not willing to put a label on the relationship. And I feel like you're getting ready to make a decision that's best for everyone involved, because it almost feels like we've got passion, we've got chemistry, but I don't trust you. And so I've got to push you to the outside of the boundary here. The Five of Pentacles is here. It really does feel like you need to make this decision because somebody is not really being honest with you. This is the perspective I think you've come to here, that it's time to move on, because ultimately it's great that we have a lot of chemistry. You're attracted to me, I'm attracted to you, but when it comes down to it, you're not letting me into your thoughts, not letting me into your world. And so it feels like you've been waiting, but I feel like there is some sort of healing that you need here. It's a moment of alchemy to me as well, that it's like you're going to wait for the right time to say it, but I think that you're about to leave a relationship here. There's something here that you don't trust, whether it's a relationship or not, but it is emotionally. You don't trust this person to take care of you emotionally, to take care of your emotional needs. They're good on the fire, but they're not good on the emotions. But you already feel very, very connected to this person. But I feel like you have to go anyway, because now you've got the perspective, the whole perspective on what's been going on, right? That's what it is. Got the Six of Pentacles. I feel like you've been giving this person reciprocity, but I feel like they've been covert, silent, under the surface. That you're getting a sort of a vibe from them that they're not really giving you everything that you're giving to them. It feels like somebody's kind of breadcrumbing you. The Chariot is here, right? Chariot is the energy of Cancer. Cancer can sometimes play it under the surface, not show their feelings, not say what they're feeling. And I feel as though you're in that situation, that you might be in a very passionate situation. It started in fire, but somebody is not revealing their feelings to you. And I feel as though something is about to change. Like there's a rude awakening coming this week. Something is about to change in this connection. It doesn't have to be a love connection. It could be with a friend. You don't trust this person. You've got to put them on the outside looking in. That you're ready to do that, even though you've known them forever, or you've got a really deep connection to them. You've come to a perspective that they're breadcrumbing you. They're never there when you need them, but they always want you to be there when they need you. So something's about to change here. Yeah, boy, is it ever. Woof. Yeah, we got the Wheel of Fortune in the Tower. You're making some big changes, but man, they're coming like this, and you're like, oof, you're wielding the sword here, my friend. The Wheel of Fortune tells me that this is going to be a hard shift. Like Virgo, I think that you need to brace yourself for a hard shift, but please understand that I think that you're the one that's causing the hard shift, but I think it's the best for you. I think that you're not scared of the hard shift, I want to say. But it's time. You can't put it off anymore. The Wheel of Fortune's here and it doesn't wait for you, right? It doesn't care if you're ready. It's time for change. Something here has to change. You're being breadcrumbed for a really long time, and even though you have feelings, deep feelings for someone, and you see them as wish fulfillment, they see you as passion. Tell me more about Virgo. Tell me what the outcome is here, please. We've got the Three of Cups. We've got the card of the Hierophant, and then we have the Four of Wands. I feel like the outcome here is telling me that I feel like this could be a really good, solid, foundational commitment that is happy, but I don't think that this other person is in on it. They don't have the ability to tell you what's going on in their life. They're hiding something. Somebody here is hiding something from you. Yeah. Seven of Cups, it's confusing. Yeah. So from your point of view, it could be solid. We could go to the next level. We could even be committed to each other. This could be a happy union, celebratory, but it's become confusing because somebody's not being honest. I just want to see see, this person doesn't give any stability. That's the thing. This person who's in the Knight of Wands energy, I feel like they fulfill you in terms of passion, but this person's already looking for the next destination. The Two of Wands is here. We do have the Six of Wands. I feel like you give this person all of your attention, all of your passion, and I feel like this person is already looking for the next adventure. We have the Eight of Swords in the reverse. I feel like you've decided that you've just got to say something. You can't be stuck in your head over this. What comes next? We do have the Three of Swords. Yeah, unfortunately, there is going to be heartbreak in love, and I feel like it's you that's going to bring this all to the surface and start the conversation, which I feel ends up being in, heartbreak. Heartbreak in this romantic situation, if that's what you're in. You're on some sort of a new path. The Fool is here. So I feel like you're clearing the path for something brand new. There is a new chapter that's opening here, but I think first something must end in order for something to begin. So we do have Scorpio, Taurus, Aquarius, Leo. We have Sagittarius energy as well. We do have Pisces. We have Libra, Gemini, and Aquarius. We have Taurus and Aries. Libra, happy birthday, friends. We're finally in Libra season. Thank you for this beautiful balanced season. Let's find out what's going on here. We have one more eclipse to get through, right, on October the 2nd. Happy birthday, friends. Let me know if it's your birthday and when your birthday is. We'd all love to say happy birthday to you in the comments here. Those of us who are in the comments, tell me about Libra. for the next 7 days. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus and Jupiter. Libra, if you're interested, you've only got 6 days left to get yourself a birthday present. Up to $20 off my readings over at Wizio. And if you want to join the membership area, come on over. All of that information is in the pinned comment below. What is this? All right, Libra. What is this? We've got the Hierophant. Ooh. But the King of Wands and the Eight of Cups. Something is about to change. Everything is about to change. But I think it's changing in a really good way. I feel like somebody here has finally found their stability. You know what, Libra? I feel like you have decided that you're no longer starting things in fire. You might have a fire placement or a water placement, right? But it feels like that you have decided that you need to feel inspired in order to move. But I want to say that the Hierophant energy is what the King of Wands is looking at. It's almost like the King of Wands is saying, I need to be more stable. I need to move slower. I need to learn lessons. I really need to see the lessons for what they are. And in order to do that, I need to be disconnected from my passion. It feels like, and I don't mean from things you're passionate about. I mean from, the bubblings of your own passion. It feels like you're used to sort of running at things or getting what you want. Like the King of Wands is somebody who always gets what they want. They get their eye on that thing and then they go and they get it. And nothing ever stops the King of Wands from getting what they want. But I also feel like you have a lot of tenacity and that you're very brave. And so I feel like that you've decided that you need to take the passion out of it. There's a disconnect here. And so I feel like you're disconnecting from the King of Wands in order, like in favor of the Hierophant energy. And that's the change that's happening here. I feel like you're no longer running at things. It feels like you are looking forward to being stable and sturdy. There's a lesson to be learned here. I feel like it's almost like you've got a change of attitude here. King of Wands tells me that you are disconnecting from the King of Wands, that it's not really served you to be the King of Wands. And the King of Wands is somebody who's been through a lot. So I think that you have been through a lot, but it's time to stabilize things now. And I think that's what's changing here. Tell me about the Wheel of Fortune. We have the Knight of Cups. We do have the Nine of Swords and the Four of Pentacles. I feel like there is, I feel like you're holding on to worry because things are moving too slow. Oh, that's what it is. It feels like, I feel that you think that you need to hold back or it's time to move slower, but you've never done this before. So it feels like it's a bit worrisome. That you're holding on to the worry that if I just let things be as they are, instead of trying to control the outcome, because the King of Wands will do that, will try and control the outcome. I feel like you're moving into this more passive energy of whatever changes, changes. I'm going to trust the universe, right? The Wheel of Fortune is here saying that things are going to end up fortunate for you, but I feel like you've decided that you're no longer going to force things or control the situation. I feel like you're dealing with things in more of a solid, grounded, moving slowly sort of energy. Tell me about the Wheel of Fortune. Tell me about the Wheel of Fortune, please. Yeah, there we go. It does feel like that. So I feel like you're still open to new beginnings, exciting things, being creative. I feel like the Ace of Wands is here, which tells me that there is a new beginning, that you're going to be taking a leap of faith into something that is a brand new path of excitement. I feel like it's a realization that you don't have to be the King of Wands to have the Ace of Wands. The King of Wands is holding on to the Ace of Wands, but listen, the Ace of Wands can be here regardless of whether you are the King of Wands or not. I feel like you are taking some sort of a leap of faith. It feels like you are leaving behind some sort of stagnancy. You're leaving the stagnancy in favor of some sort of excitement. But I feel like there was a lesson that had to be learned here, is that I can't keep running at things and taking really big risks. I can't do that. It's time for me to it seems like somebody's growing up. It seems like you're kind of getting quite logical. The only reason that I worry or that I hold on to worry is because I feel like things aren't coming quick enough. And in this world where things, that we get things like this on our phone, you know, to our door the next day through Amazon, I feel like you've decided to slow down. I need to slow it down. I need to be a little more passive. And it's worrisome for you because this isn't something that you've done before. It feels like you're a person who wants it all right now, but you've realized that everything starts at the beginning and you're taking a leap of faith into this Ace of Wands here. But I also feel like it's in order to leave some sort of stagnant situation that you've been in. Stability of the emotions for sure, but I feel like you're done sort of being there by yourself. We do have the Eight of Pentacles. Yeah, there's a lot of work that's gone on here. It feels like self-mastery. It feels like you've really been working on yourself. Tell me what the outcome is here. The Eight of Pentacles is really going over the details of you. What is it that I really want? And I think what you want is to leave the stagnancy and get on the path to something exciting. And you're going to get that because everything's about to change. And I think it's because you've changed your mind. I feel like you've changed your mind and you're going to allow things to go as slow as they need to in order for those things to work out here. We do have in the outcome here, we have the King of Swords, we have the Queen of Pentacles, and the Seven of Swords. Just going to get one more card. Why the Seven of Swords here? Judgment. Very interesting. So I feel like you are, yeah, it does feel like a real change of mind, a change of energy, a change of situation. If that's what you were going for, that's what this week is about. It's about making decisions, making decisions that are best for you and not best for everyone involved. It feels like it's a decision about being factual, honest, and truthful about where you're at this place in your life, that it's time for you to take the throne, but I feel like you're doing it in a solid way rather than a fiery way this week. Because the Queen is Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. This is Taurus, and we see that the King of Wands is looking over at the Hierophant. So there is a big decision that you're going to make this week. And I feel like it's it's about being honest with yourself, being truthful, being honest with people around you, but you're making decisions that are best for you now. You're making decisions that are going to be, I feel like it's going to get you out of this Nine of Swords energy, that you're no longer going to be holding on to the worry that things are moving too slow, because now you're in charge. I want to say you're in charge with this energy, and you were in charge with this energy before, but I feel like it's become more logical rather than passionate, and it's not as this can be risky or on the moment or running at something really quickly. Here you've this is a reaction, this is a response. I feel like you're in this energy now of responding to things rather than reacting to things. It does really feel like the change is within you. And you know that you can go on this path with the Ace of Wands whenever you want because you've already put the hard work in on yourself. But it does feel like somebody here is about to make a really big decision about, I got to move in a way that's more solid and slow and mindful rather than taking risks. And I know that you're Libra, but I feel like you're kind of caught up in your head this week about making some sort of decision. What comes next here? Got the Ace of Cups, ooh, Ace of Swords, and the Sun. Yes, realizations all over the place. As I was saying, with the King of Swords and with the Knight of Cups, right? It's a realization and a breakthrough. You really have had some growth. The Sun is here, and for me, that's growth. It's also ultimate happiness, that you've got 3 wands here. You've got an exciting path to take. It's time to voice your opinion, say something, get some clarity on what it is that you actually want. The Ace of Cups is here. You, the only ace that we don't have here is the Ace of Pentacles. So maybe you're just not necessarily doing this in a pentacle way. I feel like you've had a breakthrough of the mind. You've had clarity about what it is that you want. And I feel like it's between the Ace of Wands and the Ace of Cups. And to me, that's temperance, water and fire. So it's, again, balance, being patient, feeling secure, being stable. And so I feel like you've realized that, the King of Wands is a great place to be, but with all this other energy, I feel like you've invited in the other energies, and now you're about to make decisions that are best for you because you've had some sort of a breakthrough about the direction you're going now. Now you have a direction. You have all these 3 paths that you can take. I feel like you're going to choose one and take your leap of faith in the next 7 days. We do have the 9 of Wands, and so I feel like it's fearful. You're a little bit fearful about the change, but yeah, there we go. We talked about temperance and it showed up, right? And it feels like you are making some sort of really balanced and healed decision to come out from behind the fear wall. So we do have Leo energy. We've got Aries. We've got Aries, Sagittarius, Leo, Virgo, and Pisces, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, Scorpio, Taurus, Aquarius, Leo, and Sagittarian energy. Ooh, what a good way to start off your season. All right, Scorpio. Let's find out what's going on here for Scorpio. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Tell me about Scorpio. Sneak peek for this week, the next 7 days. Scorpio, if you're interested in coming over to the membership area, it's open. And if you want a discount up to $20 off my readings, you can look in the pinned comment. Sorry, dropped a pile of cards here. There we go. All right, Scorpio, what's going on for you this week? Sneak peek for this week, Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Tell me about Scorpio. What do we got here? We've got the 4 of Wands. What's that? You're worried about the home front here. Worried about your stability, possibly. I feel like we might be talking about somebody who is getting a different perspective on how they grew up. Scorpio, I feel like you grew up in a very stable home, but I feel like there's some sort of worry about what's going to go on with the family home. That's what it feels like. So maybe your parents' home or the place where you grew up. I feel like you're going to have to make some sort of a sacrifice. It does feel like somebody here either owns the family home or your parents still live in it, but maybe they're getting too elderly to take care of it. It does feel like there's a sacrifice that is being made with the family home, but it feels like it's a place where you grew up, and I don't think that you like having to make this decision. It is a monetary decision, and I feel like it's going to work out in your benefit here. It almost feels like it does feel like somebody is sacrificing memories in the family home, and it's sad. I feel like it's worrisome here. Tell me about the Four of Pentacles, or sorry, the 4 of Wands, please. Yeah, it's heartbreaking, confusing, overwhelming. And you're not, it's almost like you're frozen, like, how can I say, when you know that there's something you have to do, but you don't really want to do it. And so you kind of avoid that thing. It feels like somebody's kind of experiencing that, where they're kind of frozen in a situation where, gosh, before I make this big decision, I've really got to get my emotions stable. I've got to get in a place of emotional stability before I make this really overwhelming decision, because it's heartbreaking. It does feel like there is a sacrifice from the childhood that is being made, and I don't think you want to make it. I think it's all around this 4 of Wands. Tell me what this is, please, for Scorpio. We've got the Chariot. We've got the 8 of Swords. Yeah, the 10 of Pentacles comes out. They're expecting you to make a decision really quickly. And people around you are like, come on, just sell the house. Like, it's, maybe someone's not living in it, or maybe they are. Like, maybe your mom and dad are still living there. But the Ten of Pentacles tells me that if you decide to sell, it's going to be lucrative. You are going to get more than you ask for. But I feel like the problem is here with the Eight of Swords and the Chariot. It feels like people are putting pressure on you. Come on, sell, sell. And it feels like with the Eight of Swords, you're like, I can't do it. I can't look myself in the mirror and give up this family home. So it could be a place where you've raised your children, but it feels like whatever it is, it's a sacrifice, and there's a lot of nostalgia or memories connected to it. And I feel that you're keeping your feelings under the surface about it, but it's super overwhelming. You don't know what to do. Like, this person here is trying to make a decision. No matter what decision you make, the Three of Swords is here, unfortunately. It feels like it's going to be a heartbreaking decision regardless. The High Priestess, you really got to dig in deep, my friend. I feel like I feel like it's ultimately your decision. So you might be, if it's your parents' home that you need to sell, I feel like you're like the oldest child, that you're the one who's making the decisions. If this is your home, like maybe you've raised your children here, and maybe it's not a viable place for you to live anymore. Maybe you've outgrown it, or maybe you're, like, there's been a lot of stability there, but it does feel like, it feels like this is the right time to sell it. I'm just going to say with the Four of Wands here and the Ten of Pentacles, I feel like you get so much financially out of it, but it's the memories here that you're stuck in, right? So you're stuck. I don't know that you're gonna make a decision this week. It feels like there is a really important decision that you have to make. I'm going to say with the High Priestess here, it's telling me that you really need to tap into your intuition. Meditation, prayer. It feels like the only advice that you should be asking for is within the universe. You really need to tap into your own intuition. I mean, you have it, right? It's usually on high for you. If you're a person who understands the power of the Scorpio energy within the Zodiac, that you are very psychic and you're intuitive and all of that stuff, if you've already harnessed that and you know that about yourself, I feel like you're going to make the right decision. But it feels like it has to be a decision that comes from the soul or the heart. Tell me what the outcome is here for Scorpio. With the Devil and the Seven of Swords. Oof. Four of Swords. You don't know what you're going to do. It's a terrible situation, and you don't know what you're going to do because I feel like you have an attachment to this home. And even though not everything that happened there was good, I feel there is an attachment and you don't want to let go. So I feel like it's like, I don't feel like there's a result here. I don't feel like there's a resolve. I feel like you're attached to this home, family home, whatever it is, home base. Tell me what the Seven of Swords is about. Two of Swords, you're stuck. That's what it is. You're stuck with this attachment here. You're stuck with this attachment because there are, I feel a lot of good memories that you hold here, and you're stuck within those really good memories of this place that I feel everything is situated around the home. I feel that's why it's hard to sell, because you have so many good nostalgic memories about this place, but it feels like there is going to have to be some sort of a sacrifice here. And I think that you're running out of time. I want to say with the Chariot here, that it's time to make a decision, but I feel like you're not ready to make that decision. You're going to have to go in and listen to yourself. Don't listen to what everyone else says. You're the one that's making the decision. You got to go in with yourself. What's next is the Knight of Cups, the Ace of Pentacles, and the Magician. So it feels like you are taking your time. I want to say taking your time to make a decision about this new path. It feels like you know, this is a place where, you know, you're rooted. It's a place where you've grown your roots from. It's the place where you stepped out of to become successful, where you became the magician. It's the place of your learning, right? That's where you became the magician. It's the place of your resourcefulness, your skills. That's where you learned your worth. Like, it feels like this was the beginning of everything. So I feel like you're supposed to take your time. With the Knight of Cups, it's a passive night. You need to take your time because you need to work through the feelings of all of this. But I think eventually you'll come to a place with the 7 and the 1 cup here with the Knight of Cups, 8 cups. I feel like you're going to do it in sort of a detached way. I think it needs to be done. And I feel like you, you're going to have to take control of the situation. Like the Emperor makes decisions, right? The Emperor makes this decisions for the Empire. So I feel like it's almost like you're the child who is like the executor, or you're the person who is taking control of the parental controls. Maybe your parents are elderly and maybe only one parent lives there. I don't know what the situation is, but it feels like you've got to make the decision that's tough, and that's the job of the Emperor. Because sometimes the Emperor has to make really terrible and awful, makes decisions that makes them feel terrible about themselves, but they know that it's the best for the Empire. So they must make the decision. So I think the decision is yours. Look, I think that people around you are going to celebrate with you that things are moving forward. It's almost as if being stuck in this situation here is a place where you are stuck. You're stuck with nostalgia. It's like you don't want to give it up. But I feel like when the Wheel of Fortune shows up, you don't really have a choice. Change is here. But I think it's good change because we do have the 3 of Cups here. It's really good change. We have the 9 of Pentacles. I feel like you're going to have to stand up, be solid, be confident in your decision. But I feel like you need more information. The Page of Swords is here. You need to dig up more information if you're unsure about what you want to do. But I think a decision will be made. And I think it's going to be all up to you, regardless of what the siblings say. So we do have Pisces, Aries, Gemini energy. We have Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Scorpio, Pisces. There's Cancer, Aquarius energy, Capricorn, Scorpio, Taurus, Aquarius, Leo, Sagittarius. So I feel like it's a really heart-wrenching, overwhelmingly emotional situation that you have to make a decision with, but I think it's your decision. And I feel like you're the one that has to make the decision regardless of how everyone around you feels about it, Scorpio. All right, Sagittarius, let's find out what's going on for you this week. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Tell me about Sagittarius, please. My fire family, I hope you're well. Look, if you're looking for a private read, sale is only on for 6 more days. Up to $20 off my readings. And if you want to join us in the membership area, please click that link. Both of those links are in this comment below this video. Tell me about Sagittarius. What's coming up in the next 7 days? Sneak peek for this week. For Sagittarius. Ooh, what's this? I want to say you got a solid connection coming in, Sag. It feels like a really solid connection. I feel like you're doing you. I want to say that you're minding your business and you're doing you. I feel like you're the one that's in the 9 of Pentacles. I feel like you've had a glow up. I feel like you're in your pre-Empress energy, that you don't need for anything in terms of stability in the Pentacle world. You might have a business, but the 9 of Pentacles is also being single. You've done it yourself. You've built it yourself, whether it's a business or you, right? It could just be you. I feel like someone has a different perspective about you. Somebody who is sort of up in their head. It feels like somebody who is obsessive. Like it almost feels like an obsessive energy here, that somebody does have an obsessive love energy for you, because it does feel like somebody here has a different perspective, but it feels like they're in a pause, or they're holding back, or they're not saying it. They're not revealing it. They're kind of just watching you from a distance here. But I feel like this person is about to say something. I feel like you have become, or are going to become, the Queen of Pentacles. Like it feels that's the future energy at the bottom of the deck. So somebody here could be a Pisces, could be a Cancer, maybe a Libra, Gemini, or an Aquarius. Somebody here, it feels like they have feelings for you that they feel they cannot express to you. But they think about you constantly. You're always on their mind. Tell me about the 9 of Pentacles for Sagittarius. Tell me about Sagittarius. What is this? Sag, what's going on here? There is somebody here who is very quiet with you. Yep. The Four of Pentacles, shut down, shut off. Not giving anything. Being miserly with their time, their energy, their money. This person, I feel, is somebody who is ready to compromise. It feels like somebody's holding on to some sort of argument or conflict that you two had, but I feel like it's past. I want to say that they're still holding on to it, but I feel like their mind has changed about it now. And it feels like the Five of Swords being in the reverse tells me that somebody here is letting go of something, releasing a grudge, or deciding to choose to forgive, or this person doesn't want to be in conflict. I feel like the person we're talking about here is somebody who has left a relationship, who is, with the Four of Wands in the reverse, this is somebody who has left a relationship, left a family situation. They may have been engaged or living with someone, and I feel that they've left that situation. And I feel like this person is seeing that you have had some sort of a glow up since they were grappling with this. Like, it feels like somebody was maybe engaged to somebody, or maybe had moved in with them. Tell me about the Nine of Pentacles, please. There's somebody here whose relationship has ended, and I feel like they've been watching you glow up. They have a different perspective of you and a different perspective about how they feel about you. I think it's almost become obsessive. Tell me more about this. We do have the Judgment card. Interesting. The Devil and the Lovers. What's going on? I keep saying that in your reading. What's going on? I think that's something you're going to say. What is going on? It feels like there is somebody here who you have left in the past. You've left in the past. You've moved forward. You're doing well. You're building yourself. You're building your business. You're doing really good in the corporate world. If you've got a job, it feels like you're sort of, traveling along, like you're, skippity-doo. You keep building yourself, building and building here. What you don't realize, because it's covert or under the surface here, is that somebody's about to make some sort of a decision. I feel like it's a decision to leave a relationship. This is outside of you, Sag. I feel like you're minding your business, doing your own thing. Somebody else is about to make a decision to leave some sort of a toxic relationship that they've been in for a while. It's a big decision that's going to change their life. We do have the energy of Capricorn here, right? And so this person, I feel, is making a decision that's going to affect you. You can see the Judgment card. She's holding out her hand to you. This judgment is going to affect you. But there is some sort of a toxic connection here that somebody is letting go of, because the Four of Wands is in the reverse. And this person has been thinking about you obsessively. Getting a different perspective on, I shouldn't have gone in this direction. It feels like somebody's made a mistake. They've realized now that they may have been with a soulmate, but the soulmate was unhealed. The soulmate may have had some sort of an addiction. And it doesn't have to be an addiction with alcohol or any substance. It could be like maybe this person was overspending. Maybe they're a person who is, buying too many things. Tell me more about Sag. Yeah, they're walking away, Sag. Somebody here is making a decision to disconnect from a toxic relationship. It was someone that they chose. They didn't choose you. They chose someone else. And that thing is over. I feel like you two probably had words about it, and there's been no communication or conversation between you and this person. But I feel like this person is going to reconnect to you, because the Five of Swords is in the reverse. Say outcome? Yep, there they are. Here they come. Oh my gosh. Wow. Look. Jeez. Look at that, Sag. Something is coming. Do you feel the rumble? I feel like something is coming that you probably feel the hooves on the ground. Look, this person, I feel, is about to make a break for it. Like a break for you, I feel. Look, with the Knight of Swords being here, somebody has something to say. When the swords are in in the upright, somebody's got something to say. And I feel like with the 2 swords here, one in the hand of the charioteer and one in the hand of Gemini, it feels like somebody here has been stuck, right? 2 of swords is being blocked or stuck, or in my mind, I can't make a decision, don't want to see the situation for what it is. But it does feel like what's coming toward you here, really super quickly here, is some sort of celebration. You're going to be happy to see this person when they show up, because I feel like this person is going to tell you about all the exciting, happy things that have happened to them. It's like a reunion of 2 people who I feel have been on each other's side, but it feels like because this person went off in their own direction, look, this could be a best friend, somebody who got married and chose somebody over you. Like we've always been, all of us have been in that situation where there's somebody who got married or got into a relationship where they just neglected your friendship. And so it could be that for some of you. It doesn't have to be romantic. But either way, somebody here is showing up, and it's almost like, yeah, we're throwing arms around each other. Oh my God, I can't believe you're here. Like it seems like excitement and victory. We finally made it to this place. And the Chariot here tells me that this person is showing up, and they could be a best friend. They could be somebody in your family, maybe a sister or a brother who got into a relationship that where this person like disconnected from their family, but it also could be romantic related here. We do have the Emperor here with the 10 of Wands. Look, somebody wants to drop the burdens. They're going to be communicating with you. The Page of Wands is here. You're about to get some communication this week for some of you if you're on this timeline, and it does feel like it's going to be very exciting. You're going to welcome this person in, whoever they are. Tell me what comes next here for Sagittarius. We've got the 7 of Pentacles, we've got the 6 of Pentacles, and the Ace of Pentacles. It definitely is going to meet up in the Pentacle world here, so we are getting face to face. Somebody here has been waiting for a really long time to ask you for reciprocity, and I feel like the Ace of Pentacles tells me it's a new beginning of something here. We are going to step through the gate with the Pentacle energy, and we're going to plant that Pentacle and let it grow. It does feel like it is love energy here. Somebody's about to be really honest about their feelings. I was putting this on the 2 of Cups as Charlie told me to do it here. And so I feel like somebody is preparing for asking for some sort of commitment. When they show up, I think it's like, oh my gosh, I haven't seen you for such a long time. Let's get together and have some drinks. Or it's a really exciting time. You do want to see this person, but I feel like it's almost covert. Like this person is super smart. They know what to say. They have all the right words in order to get you to go on some type of adventure with them, with the Hierophant energy here. I'm going to say prepare. Prepare for some sort of conversation. It feels like with the King of Swords and the 2 of Cups, that after getting a different perspective and being stuck in their head, 9 swords, they're worrying about what you're going to say, but somebody is about to release whatever it is that they feel about you. They're about to be very honest with their feelings in the hopes that you'll go on some sort of a path with them. 8 of Pentacles, somebody has been really working on what to say. They're hoping for some sort of a long-term relationship here. This could be a family member, right? It doesn't have to be a long-term relationship. This could be a family member we're talking about who's ready to work on it finally with you, somebody you grew up with. But this could also mean that this is a soulmate person. Oh, look, now we have the Emperor showing up. What? Look, this person, I feel, if for those of you who are looking at this as a romantic thing, I feel like we saw the Emperor, now we see the Empress. It feels like 2 people had to be separated in order to grow separately, and now they're back. It's like this was a lesson. They had to go through this lesson in order to be able to understand or become the Empress or become the Emperor. Take it as it resonates, feminine or masculine, whoever you are. But it feels like this is somebody who is a very deep soul connection for you. And I feel like they are coming in because they want to work on some sort of a long-term relationship here. This is someone you've never dated before, but it is someone that there are affectionate feelings for. So I feel like you're really excited to see this person. You probably are already getting signs, symbols about this person, and they are going to pursue you. They're going to pursue you, but you're not sure. 7 of Swords is here. You've got your boundaries up. You're not really sure if you're going to allow this person back into your life, but I feel like you're super happy to see them. Regardless of what your relationship is with them, take it as it resonates for you, Sag. We've got Taurus energy here. We've got Gemini and Capricorn, Libra, Gemini, and Aquarius. We've got Virgo and Pisces. Cancer energy here. We've got Gemini energy here as well. Okay. Tell me about Capricorn. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. The next 7 days. A sneak peek for this week for Capricorn. Tell me about Capricorn, please. Capricorn, there's only 6 days left for the private reading sale, up to $20 off of all of my private reads. Please look at the pinned comment below. You'll also find the link there for the membership area if you're interested. Tell me about Capricorn. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter for the next 7 days. We've got the Star. We've got the Ace of Wands. Some sort of exciting new beginning here that you're unsure about. I don't think that you know it. I feel like you've been hoping for it, wishing for it. I feel like this is going to be some sort of manifestation that's showing up for you, Capricorn. It feels like there is a new path that is opening here. Very exciting, fun, celebratory. And I feel like you don't know about it because I think it's under the surface or being hidden from you at some point. But it's approaching quickly here. It feels like you've been manifesting something, and I feel like you've been hopeful or manifesting, been healing yourself. I feel like your cup is overflowing wherever you are. I feel like things are working out really well for you, but I don't think that you're expecting this new path to open up. Some sort of door is opening up for you this week. Tell me about Aquarius, please. They could be an Aquarius, fire sign, water sign, air sign. We do have the Page of Pentacles in the reverse. We have the 10 of Cups, and we have the 8 of Cups. I feel like there's somebody here who was not putting enough effort into your relationship with them. And this could be a friendship. It could be someone who's in your family, right? We do have the 10 of Cups. There's somebody here who I feel that was not giving you enough of their energy. And so I feel like you just detached. You detached from them with the Page of Pentacles in the reverse. They weren't putting any effort into this friendship, to this relationship, whether it's a loveship, a friendship, platonic, whatever it is. And I feel like you've been trying to manifest this person back into your life ever since. The thing is I feel like they are going to show up this week. I feel like they're going to communicate with you or they're going to show up, one of the two. And it feels like it will be celebratory, but it almost feels like you either giving them a side eye, or maybe the 7 of Swords is telling me that there's something under the surface that we haven't spoken about, that we're going to, on the surface, be excited about this new path, excited and celebratory, and let's have some drinks, and nice to have you back in my life. But this 7 of Swords here, it's like there's something that we are leaving unsaid, something that we haven't talked about. Tell me what the 7 of Swords is here. It's almost like you're like, well, why are they back then? We've got the Queen of Wands, we've got the Knight of Pentacles, and the Sun. I feel like this person's got some explaining to do. I feel like that's what it is. It feels like the sun is now shining on the Knight of Pentacles. I need to know all the details about why it's taken you so long to come back, why it's taken you so long to loop back. Because I feel like you, with the Queen of Wands energy, it feels like you're very independent. You do your own thing, you mind your business, you stay on your path. And I feel like this person is sort of crashing into your life with this 3 of Cups and the Ace of Wands. It feels like this person still is very passionate about you, very happy to see you, but it's almost like you're like, okay, well, why now? Why is it taking you so long to get here? Tell me more about this Aquarius energy. Yeah, it comes in with a Tower, friend. That's what it is. It comes in with a Tower. You know what? It almost feels like this person's coming in with the energy of not really, like, sort of skipping over the speed bump. It's like they don't really want to talk about what happened and why they've been away and where they've been. There is some sort of a shift coming here. There's some sort of a surprise that's showing up in your stable world. Like, I really do feel that you've been minding your business, doing your own thing. I want to say that you've grown a lot on your own by yourself. You've done a lot of healing. And I feel like you're already off into the future. Like, I feel like your life is busy and full. I want to say that you are with this Queen energy here, this Queen of Pentacles. That's you. That's your energy, right? That is Capricorn energy. And I feel like you've already moved on from this. It's like this person is showing up back in your life here, and it's causing a tower. Like it's a very hard shift of energy, but it feels like you have willed it. I want to say you're the one who's brought this person back because you're thinking about them. For those of you who are looking at this as a romantic connection here, this is somebody who's never exposed their feelings on the surface. They've never told you how they feel, but they do have some very deep feelings for you. And I feel like you've moved along. For some of you, the King of Cups and the Eight of Wands could mean that you're already in another relationship, if this is a romantic reading. It does feel like it, for some of you, it is family. Like it feels like it's someone who is family or felt like family. It could be like a best friend, or it could be a member of your family that you decided to detach from because they just weren't putting in any effort or energy. And you're like, why now? I feel like you're having a lot of successes in your life. That could be why they're showing up. It does feel like you want to go over the details, though, of where you've been. Why is it now? I need some details, right? We've got Virgo here. We've got the Knight of Pentacles. And that's like, I need to know what happened up to here. What are all the details? Give me the details. That's the sun is shining here. I need to know why you're back. Like, why are you back? Tell me what the outcome is, please. Got the Devil. Got the Wheel of Fortune. And we have the Four of Wands. It's telling me that someone is trying to make something right again. It feels like they want to reestablish stability with you. It really is feeling like family, though, because we do have the Ten of Cups and the Four of Wands. It feels like someone's trying to reestablish stability because a lot of things are changing in their own life. If this is a person who had an addiction, who maybe was in active addiction for a really long time, I feel like they've changed. I feel like you can trust that they've changed. The Wheel of Fortune is here, that their life has become very fortunate. They could have ducked out of your life because they were holding secrets about addiction. This is somebody who doesn't usually share their feelings on the surface. So this is somebody who may have just wandered off into addiction. But it does feel like a lot of things have changed here, and this person has now become stable. They're moving away from this addiction, and they've become quite stable in their energy here. I feel like you're really happy to see them, though. Whoever they are, feels like you're super happy to see them. What happens next here? We've got the Two of Cups. Yeah, I feel like there's hugs all around. That's what it feels like. You know what, though? I think you're going to be very careful because the Seven of Wands has shown up with the Two of Cups. And so it tells me that although you're happy to see this person and you'll invite them, back into your life. Let's go out, let's have a drink. Let's celebrate something. Come over for dinner. It feels like that, but it also feels like you're keeping this person at arm's length because I feel like this person was probably back from an active addiction or some sort of devil energy. A codependent relationship, possibly. So I feel like you feel badly that you've got to keep them behind the boundaries because I feel like if it's romantic, you have big feelings for this person. If it's not romantic, I feel like this person is somebody that you love a lot. There's the Queen. Huh. Interesting. So you two are soulmates, whether it's soulmate friends or there is a soulmate connection that is romantic. Take it for what it is for you. I feel like you two mirror each other. Somebody is about to step forward, right? The King is here. Yeah, it does feel like there's lots of nostalgia here. It feels like somebody is about to step forward, make a decision to step forward here. And I feel like this person is stepping forward as the King of Wands. So they could be an Aries, a Sagittarius, or a Leo. Could be Scorpio, Pisces, or Cancer. We do have Leo as well. Aries, Sagittarius, Leo, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. We've got Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces, Aquarius, Scorpio, Taurus, Aquarius, Leo, Sagittarius, and Capricorn. All right, Aquarius. Tell me about Aquarius, please. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Tell me about Aquarius for the next 7 days. Aquarius, just 6 days left on the sale for private reads if you're interested. Also, the membership area is open. Please check the pinned comment. Tell me about Aquarius. Tell me what's coming up for the next 7 days. Sneak peek for this week. Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Tell me about Aquarius. All right. What have we got here? Aquarius, I think there is finally some movement here with someone. For some of you, it could be your mother. Doesn't have to be, of course. I feel like the Empress is feeling brokenhearted. So if you are the Empress, I could be talking about you. It does feel like somebody is brokenhearted here. Something is disappointing. I feel, Aquarius, that you've left something behind here. And I feel that you are, it's like in the back of your mind, there's still nostalgic memories here of someone. I feel like someone's coming back to town, or someone is showing up, or someone is coming from a place where they've been out of your life. I feel like the Nine of Wands is telling me that this person is someone who hurt you repeatedly. I feel like you're carrying a lot of burdens about some sort of nostalgic relationship. So when the Six of Cups shows up, it can be a member of the family, a platonic friend. It can also be somebody who you are deeply connected to in terms of love, somebody who's been with you for lifetimes and lifetimes. But it also could be here on the earth, maybe someone that you've known since you were a child, like a brother or sister or a best friend. It does feel like here that somebody is showing up exhausted. I feel like you carried on in your life, Aquarius, and you're doing really well. I feel like you are the one that's in the Empress energy. I know this is Taurus and Libra, but I feel like it's your energy. And it feels like, I can do it with a broken heart. Sorry, I'm listening to a song. Yeah, somebody here did it with a broken heart. I feel like the Empress is telling me that you've leveled up. So it tells me that you have grown, that you have unfolded. I think that you're all about love. I think that you're very balanced, that you really don't need anyone. You might even be single. But it feels like this even could be a child who's returning. It could be a child. It could be in the back of your mind. It's like, I had to let them go. There's nothing that I can do. This person wouldn't let me in. But they're returning back to you quite exhausted. I think that you were the one that pulled away from them. Tell me what this Nine of Wands is about. Got the Eight of Cups, the Three of Wands, and the King of Cups. Yeah, it does feel like this is a mother or a father. I feel like you are a mother or a father, and you've been waiting on this person who walked away. You've been waiting for them to come back. So it could be a child that we're talking about, because we do have the Six of Cups on the table. And so I feel like this person's coming back as the wounded warrior. It almost feels as if they're coming back home. We do have the Six of Wands. This is somebody who's coming back from the war, back from the fight, back from a super hard cycle. It almost feels like somebody told you, please don't do that. Don't go there. Don't do that thing. And they did it anyway. So I feel like you had to push this person out of your mind. And I feel like it was heartbreaking. This person, I feel, was waiting for you to communicate with them and say, aren't you coming home? And I don't think you did. Because this person, I feel that when they left, you asked them not to go, but they went anyway. And you've been waiting for them to return. So I think when they show up, you really don't give them anything. You don't give them feelings. You don't give them, like, it feels like when they show up, you're like, you invite them in, but I feel like you're like wondering why they're back. Yeah, there was an ending here. The Death, the World card, wow, and the Hermit, look. I feel like when you decided, whether this is a child or not, whether this is a friend or a lover or whatever it is for you, whatever the situation is that's yours, I feel like what I should tell you is that this came to a hard end. That you said, if you walk out that door, then I don't want you back. If this is what you're going to do with your life, then please go ahead and do that with your life. But please don't come to me afterwards licking your wounds. I feel like they're coming back licking their wounds. It feels like with the Death card that there's been some sort of transformation, that they see things different now. They might come back and say, well, I guess you were right. It feels like somebody who has had some sort of the ending of a chapter that's caused them to have so many lessons. Like they went out and they did the thing that you sort of, because, you know, the Empress here, whether you're feminine or masculine, you could be the Empress, because feminine leaning is the Empress, but also has masculine energy. But the Empress is also the Queen of Cups, who's very psychic, empathic. And I feel like you saw it around the corner and said, it's not going to work. But you knew that you had to let them go, do what they were going to do. But now it's sort of like you're in this energy here with this I told you so energy. It's like I always see the King of Cups as someone who's hard loved. So whether you're the mother or the father, right? It doesn't have to be that kind of relationship for you. It also could be a long distance or long-term friend. It also could be someone that you had a lot of love for, that you had to leave in the past because they were making decisions that were not good for you. That's what the Empress would do, because the Empress knows their worth. But we've got the World card here, which tells me a chapter has ended. It's slammed and closed. Like there's been a hard ending here that's caused somebody to have a lot of wisdom. So they're coming back having endured something really terrible, and it's given them a lot of wisdom. And I think they're coming back to say, now I understand what you were saying. We do have the King of Pentacles. They are coming back as somebody who's now stable and sorted. This person is somebody who's, I feel, coming back because they want you to see that although you were right, that they've come to a wisdom, they've learned from their lesson, the chapter is closed, and now they're sort of in this King of Pentacles energy. This person could be a Taurus, a Virgo, or a Capricorn. Tell me what the outcome is here, please, for Aquarius. We do have the Page of Pentacles, we have the Queen of Swords, and we have the King of Wands. I feel like this probably we are dealing with somebody who might be a child. It feels like this person has grown up from the Page of Pentacles to the King of Pentacles, that this wisdom and whatever they went through, whatever this hard cycle was for them, I feel that they've realized that now they need to liberate themselves from being from taking risks, from engaging in risky behavior. I feel like this person has grown up, so they're not as risky as they were before. But it feels like with the King of Wands, they have grown up, but they're still there taking risks, I want to say. But it's like they need to be honest and they need to be balanced. And now I've realized that I need to liberate myself from this King of Wands energy. It's more beneficial for me to live in the King of Pentacles energy, which I feel is where they've grown up here. Somebody liberated themselves from the King of Wands. So it could have been that you have a feminine or masculine child who ended up in a relationship and you said, don't marry that person. I can see around corners, and they didn't listen. It could be that. Tell me what what's happening next here, please. We've got the Tower, Three of Cups. Yeah, you're happy to see them, but you're very cautious. You're cautiously optimistic that you don't want them to hurt you again. But I feel like you are cautiously optimistic. But look, you're going to invite them in because you're happy as heck to see them. This is something that's going to be quite shocking, because I feel like there's probably not been much communication. Yeah, none probably. The Four of Cups is here. There's probably been no communication. I feel this person's been rejecting your communication. But when things went sideways, I feel like they're coming to see you to tell you, look, I've grown from it though. And now I'm really balanced, and I'm coming to give you reciprocity. I don't want to be on the outside of your life looking in anymore. It does feel like there is a reconciliation here, whether it's romantic, platonic, a child. Take it how it resonates for your life. Use your discernment. But it does feel like somebody has grown up, and they've come from the school of hard knocks, because that's some hard energy there. We've got Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, more Virgo, Taurus, Scorpio, Aquarius, Leo, Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer, Libra, Taurus, more Scorpio, Aries, Sagittarius, Leo, Libra, Gemini, and Aquarius. We've got Leo as well. All right, Pisces. Let's see what's up. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter for the next 7 days. Tell me about Pisces, please. Pisces, if you are interested in getting in on a private reading sale, it's only on for another 6 days. And if you want to join us in the membership area, it's in the pinned comment. All of that stuff is in the pinned comment below. Tell me about Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. What's coming up? Sneak peek for this week, the next 7 days for Pisces, please. What's this? Ooh, interesting. We start with the moon energy. What else do we need to know? Okay. Pisces, something you don't see is about to go down, and you have manifested it. Look at that. Pisces, I think you feel it, but you can't see it, and you're wondering what is about to show up here. This is somebody that I feel that has blocked you, or you've blocked them. Could be online, could be in life. Take it as it resonates. Somebody here I feel is about to get the shock of their life, because I feel that you know that something is arriving, and I think that something or that someone is the Emperor. This could be a father, but it's a masculine leaning energy. Of course, it can be feminine as well, right? We can have feminine emperors as well. I think that this person is blocked. I think you've blocked them. Ooh, the King of Swords is showing up. Somebody's showing up very honest. They're about to be honest with you. About what? About how hard it was to hold themselves back. They can't hold themselves back anymore. The Eight of Wands is here. So it could be a Cancer, Pisces, maybe an Aries, a Gemini maybe, an Aquarius possibly. Tell me about this moon energy here for Pisces. We've got the Ace of Wands, the World card, ooh, and the Ace of Swords. What is going on here? There is some sort of new beginning that's coming here, and you don't see it. There's been an ending. A door has closed, a chapter is done. But I think that's when something ends, something must begin, and we've got the Ace of Swords and the Ace of Wands. I feel like this Emperor is really passionate about you and wants to have some sort of a conversation. We saw the King of Swords on the bottom of the deck. It feels like this person is showing up to be very honest about something that they left in the dark. I feel like you probably have really deep hidden feelings for this Emperor, but I feel like the Emperor never really expressed anything to you. I feel like you've been thinking about this person. I feel like this whole thing is going down because of your manifestation. I feel like you're a super powerful manifester. I feel like you're at a crossroads with this person. I feel like they want to have conversation, and they're going to show up in your world, and you're going to be super excited because according to you, the door was closed. The chapter was over. We're never going to see each other again. But it's not over. I think the Ace of Swords is telling me that somebody's coming in to talk. Tell me more about Pisces, please. Got a card that's flipped. Let me get it. Seven of Wands. Your boundaries are up. Two of Pentacles and the Nine of Swords. Look at the Empress on the bottom of the deck. Yep. You know, it does feel like there is somebody here who I feel is your match. This person is very educated. They're very smart. There's somebody who other people look up to. So somebody who's kept you at arm's length. I feel like somebody right now as I drop these cards is making a decision and it's worrying them. I feel like this Empress is here. Yeah, there's been an ending here. So I don't know if you're the feminine or the masculine leaning. Take it as it resonates for you, but there's been some sort of a painful ending between the Emperor and the Empress. And it's been a long time since you two have spoken. And I do not think that you two were emperors and empresses the last time you saw each other, which tells me that there's been a block. So we don't really know what's going on with each other's lives. We're in the dark. But I think when this person is like, has their boundaries up, but they do want to stand up for themselves. They've got something to say, and it feels like they've been trying to use like brute strength to make some sort of a decision that's worrying them here. And it's about the Empress. Two of Cups. Ooh, it's in the reverse. So I feel like this person is showing up to ask you for a relationship. It feels like this person wants to pair off to the exclusion of all others, but they're worried about your reaction. They want to move slow. They want to take time to bring balance into the situation, emotional balance. They're taking a new course of action after a breakup. Tell me about the Two of Cups in the reverse. This person is confident that they're confident that you are still attracted to them. They're confident that if they pursue you, that it's going to work out in their favor. Ace of Pentacles, that they'll get you to invest. So somebody here is very sure, like the Emperor does not go in for anything, does not take chances, does not take risks, can't, right? This person's running the empire. There's no way that I can take risks if I don't know if I'm going to win, I'm not going to go in. That's what the Emperor is. This is somebody who makes decisions that are good, solid decisions, and they don't take risks like this. I feel like this person is pretty freaking confident that you're going to be still attracted to them enough that there will be enough passion here to have us begin something that is solid and sturdy and grounded here. Something that's been growing for a really long time. Because I feel like there are two people here who have been apart, who have been growing in their lives, learning their lessons, and I feel like it's time to come back together. Tell me about Pisces. What is the outcome here? We've got the Queen of Wands, we've got the Seven of Pentacles, and the Temperance card. Yes, after a long period of waiting, it is time to get back on the road, and Temperance is telling me it's a moment of alchemy. After many years of waiting. Like, I feel like this is someone you haven't seen for years, Pisces. We do have the Queen of Wands here, and I feel like there's been growth, I want to say. There's been growth. We do have the King and the Queen of Wands. You two are very attracted to each other. I feel like when you get face to face in this Pentacle world here, it's going to be hard to say no. I know that there is a really big ending here, but the only reason things end is so other things can begin. We have 3 aces here. The only ace we're missing is the Ace of Cups. And I think that this person, this Emperor, is bringing it with them. I think the Emperor is the Magician. I also feel like you've been manifesting them. They've been manifesting you. Tell me what's next here for Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Yeah. So somebody was hiding under the surface that you really were the only one for them. The Six of Cups is here. That you are the soulmate. And now they've realized the abundance. They see you for all that you are. I couldn't help it. It's all your fault. When I said that, I heard Alanis Morissette. Yep, it's brand new. I don't think that you two have dated here. I think you know this person, though. I don't think that there's ever been any sort of relationship kind of thing. This is not a breakup. This is not somebody you've dated before. That's not what this is. This is somebody who I feel two people who have disconnected from each other, went about their ways in their lives. They've both come to a place where the Emperor and the Empress are on the same vibration, and now they're calling each other back in. I feel like whoever the Empress is, if it's you or them, is the one that's calling in the Emperor, and that's why the Emperor is arriving. I feel like this is a new connection. This is not someone you've dated before. I'm going to leave that right there. We've got the Knight of Wands. This person is coming at you quick with all the details of why they made the decision that they made. And that they've been waiting on you to communicate with them. But if you're the Empress, you're not going to communicate with them. This person has been watching you from a distance here, and they're about to break their silence. The High Priestess is in the reverse, and the Chariot is dead in the water. It feels like it took the Wheel of Fortune It took change for this person to get out of the Chariot in reverse energy, and now they're about to break their silence after watching you for a while. It's supposed to happen. The Judgment is here. This is a lot of hot energy. Keep your head about you. Keep your wits about you, Pisces. Here they come. I'm going to go for now. Thank you so much for being here and watching. I do appreciate you, but I'll be back because I'm always back. Love you guys. Have a great week. Bye-bye.